Tsutenkaku, which translates to Skyroot Tower, is a 210 feet observation deck that was built by the same architect who built the Sapporo TV tower, which is Tatsu Naito. Tower is packed with souvenir shops on the lower floor and an observation deck on the 4th and 5th floor. The general admission to enter the observation deck would cost around 500 yen. With the last point of interest in the city of Osaka, we will be visiting the symbol of the city, the Osaka Castle. The castle was built in 1583 by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who intended to use this castle to become the center of a new, unified Japan under his rule. The castle tower today houses an informative museum about the castle's history and the life of Toyotomi Hideyoshi. This castle is surrounded by secondary citadels, gates, stone walls, and moats. And the general admission to enter this castle would cost around 600 yen for adults and free of charge for junior high schoolers and lower. Now to get to Osaka from Aomori, you will need to take the Shin Aomori station to get on the Tokyo Shinkansen line. That will take an estimate of 3 hours and 15 minutes to get to Tokyo. And after arriving at Tokyo, you will need to transfer onto the Tokaido Sanyo Shinkansen line. That will take around 2 hours and 30 minutes to get to Shin Osaka Station. The price of the whole ride can range from 27,000 yen to 38,000 yen. When you make it to Osaka, the most convenient way to get around the big metropolitan city is riding the subway and metro. The JR Osaka Loop Line and the Osaka Metro Midosuji Line, which is the red line on the map to the left, is the most notable line to use when traveling around Osaka. By using those two lines, you can cover almost all of the major sightseeing attractions. The JR Osaka Loop Line runs circularly across the central Osaka, where the outer loop runs clockwise and the inner loop runs counterclockwise. The cost of a one-day pass is 850 yen for adults and 430 yen for children. And the train runs from 5 a.m. to midnight. Buses in Osaka can be efficient, but is not an ideal way of transportation, especially for tourists. And taxis too can be a good way, but it is not a cheap option. And as we head down east to the island of Shikoku, we will be exploring the city of Matsuyama. Matsuyama is the largest city in the Shikoku Island and the capital of Ehime Prefecture. This city has been famed for being the setting of Natsume Soseki's popular novel entitled Bachan. It is often read as part of Japanese school curriculum. This novel describes Matsuyama during the turbulent Meiji Restoration, and the famous Dogo Onsen has also been mentioned frequently in Bachan and is one of Matsuyama's main tourist attractions. In the city of Matsuyama, we'll be visiting 2 points of interest, which are the Dogo Onsen and Matsuyama Castle. Dogo Onsen is the oldest hot spring in Japan that dates back all the way to an astonishing 3,000 years. And according to legends, the soothing water once healed the illnesses of one of the area's main deities in ancient time. This onsen is also known to be a favorite of Japan's most honorable guests, the Japanese imperial family. Because of the history and stunning architecture of the bathhouse, Dogo Onsen has inspired Studio Ghibli to create a similar bathhouse in the iconic film Spirited Away. On our second point of interest in Matsuyama, we'll be visiting the Matsuyama Castle. This castle is one of the 12 original castles that survived the post-feudal era since 1868. It It is located on the Mount Kachiyama, which is a steep hill in the city center that provides with a bird-eye view of Matsuyama. One interesting fact about this tower is that it's been burned down twice, and once being burned down by lightning. To get to Matsuyama from Osaka, you will have to go to the Shin Osaka station, where it will take 44 minutes on the Shinkansen Nozomi line. Then you will stop at Okoyama, where you will take another train ride on Nozomi line, which will take around 2 hours and 50 minutes to arrive at the city. The whole ride down to Matsuyama will cost from around 10,000 yen to 15,000 yen. And the most accessible way of traveling around Matsuyama is riding the tram. Iotetsu operates Matsuyama's local train, buses, and trams, and most of the transportation vehicles can be spotted easily due to its very unique orange livery. A single tram ride costs 160 yen and a one-day pass costs 400 yen. There are 5 Iotetsu tram lines that are located on the map to the left. And if you ever think of going to Dogo Onsen, it is best to ride the Route 3 line. As our last destination in the tour Japan, we'll be going to Fukuoka, which is Kyushu's largest city and one of Japan's most populated and increasing cities. Because of Fukuoka's relative closeness to other cities like Seoul, it has been known to be an important harbor city for many centuries. An interesting history lesson in this city is that the Mongol chose Fukuoka as the landing port of the Mongol invasion back in the 13th century. On our last destination, we'll be visiting 2 points of interest. Our first point of interest will be the Fukuoka Tower. The Fukuoka Tower is a 767 feet imposing figure in the cityscape that features a triangular cross-section covered with 8,000 half mirrors, earning the nickname the Mirror Sail. It is also known to be the tallest seaside tower in Japan. The tower offers visitors 3 observation decks with cafes and lounges that provides a 360-degree view of the surrounding area and is especially popular during the sunset. There's also a lover sanctuary for couples that can hang heart-shaped locks on the fences. And as our last point of interest in our last destination of Fukuoka, we'll be going to the Canal City Hakata. Canal City Hakata is a large shopping and entertainment complex calling itself a city within a city. The complex houses around 250 shops, cafes, restaurants, a theater, gaming centers, cinemas, 2 hotels, and a canal running through the shopping mall. It is known to be one of the largest and most elaborate shopping malls in Japan. Canal City Hakata is within a 10 to 15 minute walk from either Hakata Station or Tenjin Station. And lastly, we'll be going farther down to the island of Kyushu, where Fukuoka is established. To get from Matsuyama to Fukuoka, you will first need to take the Eel Railway, Takahama, from the Matsuyama City Station to the city of Takahama. Then you will need to walk an extra 11 minutes down to the Matsuyama ferry. That'll take you down to the Hiroshima ports. And after arriving at the Hiroshima ports, you'll have to take a tram ride down to the Hiroshima station, which will take an estimate about 30 minutes. And after arriving at Hiroshima station, you will transfer down to Hakata. The whole process of this will take around 430 minutes, and the price would value around 14,000 yen to 18,000 yen. When you arrive at the destination, you will see that Fukuoka has a wide variety of transportation ranging from buses, trains, and subways. JR trains are the most accessible and recommended way to travel around the city. Subways, on the other hand, can be a faster and convenient way to travel, but it won't be cheap. JR lines in Fukuoka cost around 800 yen for adults and $5 for children. Buses can be ridden on Nishitetsu bus or the 100 yen loop bus. Nishitetsu covers most of the metropolitan areas, while 100 yen loop buses are for a specific major area like Hakata, Nakasa, or Tenjin. I would like to thank all of you guys for listening and learning about my tour of Japan, and I hope you guys learned a little bit more than you have about the cities I chose. Thank you very much.